minutes ago, predictably loud and raucous here at Arrowhead as their beloved Chiefs took field, and they are set to match up with the Houston Texans. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
You're set. 18. Check. No. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. I know what you got. What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some.
They run with Travis Homer, the rookie from Miami. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Tackle made there by Frank Clark. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
He may try and run for this. Space to maneuver at the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. And he'll get this all the way down to the Chiefs' 38-yard line.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And some room to maneuver. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They have a first and 10 at the 18. Here's a guy on his fourth franchise in 2 years, Carlos Hyde. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Carlos Hyde, his sixth touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up first and 10 at their own 20-yard line. LaShawn McCoy, the 31-year-old running back, his first carry. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down for the Chiefs, solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop.
That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Yellow. Let's go, Lou Lady. Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
Looking to throw on second down. Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs first down. First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Hey.
from midfield. Here's Mahomes. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The linebacker, Zach Cunningham, there defensively to make that play.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. This for his running back, McCoy. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how are you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground with McCoy this time. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on, because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. This is caught. Watkins. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Mahomes now to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to hit you all day, baby.
So on 4th down, Mahomes off. Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And the kick by Butker is good. And that'll do it for the first quarter of play. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Butker now to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time.
Here's Watson. Option left. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Now the backup, Jdpickle-jamieca. And the catch made by Johnson. Uses the spin. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 45-yard line. Shotgun snap for McCarron. He gets it to Thomas. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Johnson. Bashad Breeland, the one that got him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And they'll go play action with McCarron. It's complete to Fuller. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 17-yard line.
A gain of 13 yards.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
2nd and 7 at the 14-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now here's McCarron on 3rd. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go and try to put some pressure on the defense.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. On 1st down, Mahomes into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Mecole Hardman, the intended target.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon, so that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
They'll run this with Homer. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Travis Homer with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Texans push further out in front. And that moment we just saw, always so special for any rookie, the first touchdown of his career.
And there's nothing like anticipation, is there? You know he's been dreaming about it, thinking about it. It's been a part of every bit of his being. And finally, it gets done. He's got to feel great right now.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down.
Trying to fight his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. The tight end, Kelsey, was the intended target.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. They come out here in the eye. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. They'll run for it with Hyde. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Carlos Hyde with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Texans push further out in front. And oh, it's no good. For the second time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Here we go.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. The first half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try to go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. To throw, it's Mahomes. He's going to rifle one deep left. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 23-yard line.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. Fairbairn able to put this one through. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. J.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Mahomes going to throw. Going deep here for Watkins. He's got him in. Complete. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big play there, Mahomes to Watkins. 71 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Now a play fake. McCarron. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And all the way down inside the 25 before he's out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run. 61 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Johnson. And an alley to run. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Cut. Kill.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Chiefs' 13-yard line.
Ready? Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58. Blue draw Corkers. Quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback. Get it.
On 2nd down, it's Johnson. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
McCarron from the gun on 3rd. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Jordan Thomas, his 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys continue to pour it on. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. J.J. Watt in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. after the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And almost intercepted. That would have been his 3rd pick in this game alone. Instead, 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
At the 41-yard line.
Here we go. 70, Indy. They're running it. Let's go.
A 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan 1st down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's go, baby. They turn over. Let's get that ball. Let's get that ball. Now.
Going on the ground with Homer. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
15, 1, 51.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. This is Homer, and he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a 1st down. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. They go to Johnson again. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Duke Johnson, his 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit.
The ball comes out. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it now because you're exactly right.
Don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Now here's Mahomes. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. And he's been one of their few bright spots here this afternoon.
And as you pointed out, so far he's gotten his. That's not been the issue at all. But the teammates, the other guys, they've been shut down. That's why the defensive guys have to feel pretty good, even though he's over 100 yards.
Yeah, he topped 100 with that last catch. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal. From the 2 now. 2nd and goal. They'll try and run it with McCoy. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead, and oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
So risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from the first one and blew out the Seahawks.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And an alley to run. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan 1st down. There's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get